Hey, book lovers, book readers, book friends. Welcome to Read This Book. I am your book hostess, LaShonda, and welcome to this week's book review. This week, I am reviewing the book The Gatekeeper by Kate Alex Walker. And you know Kate Alex Walker. She's written the Angels and Assassins series, which is a series that I absolutely love. And so I was super excited when she dropped this paranormal romance. I was like, okay, then let's do it. But I really wanted to read it because the main character is based off this wrestler named Roman Reigns, and he is perfection. Like, he is just sexy, walking the earth that just shouldn't even be. I mean, his cheekbones, his nose, his lips. I mean, he's just perfection. And when she said that the main character was based off of him, I was sold. Yeah, because Roman Reigns is beautiful. He's really kind of okay. Let me focus. I'm sorry. I just kind of went on a little moment. But yeah, Roman Reigns is beautiful. Google him, and then you will completely understand why Mateo is a god. Yeah. So this book, The Gatekeeper, is a Polynesian, has Polynesian culture and Polynesian influence, which, hey, love it. It's something new. It's something different for me that I have not read before. So here for it. So The Gatekeeper is the story of Tia and Mateo. Mateo, of course, is the Lord of the Underground. He protects the realm from the dead. So he keeps that spirit world away from the living world. And so he's on this island. He's again, he's a god. He is gorgeous. He is kind of basically secluded, just kind of doing what he's been groomed to do. And so the sightseer comes to him and say, hey, there's a woman that is on the beach and she is going to die if you don't save her. She is your mate. She's your fate. You need to save her or else. And he was like, whatever. I don't believe in your BS prophecies and all this stuff. And she was like, okay, well, risk it then. And he was like, damn it. Okay, so Tia is an archaeologist, and she's been after this on this quest to find this island all her life. It's something that her mom was also an archaeologist, and she had found this this book about this island Tiati, that was supposed to have like all these myths and stuff about different gods and whatever, and it was sacred, and so they was trying to find it. And so she somehow stumbles into that world while she trying to shoot this video, and like this storm just starts brewing, and she had dug like a trench to put her camera in, and then all of a sudden something grabs her from underneath the earth. Girl, bye. And so the sightseer is showing him like, hey, she's in trouble. She's your fate. She's going to make your heart beat. You need to save her. So he goes and he saves her because she is literally being pulled underground by the dead of the underworld. And so he saves her. He takes her back to his place. And when she comes to, she's just like, where am I? What happened? He was like, I saved you. You were on the beach. Why were you out on the beach in the storm? He's like in beast mode. He's being like super jerk to her and stuff, because there is a prophecy that says that he will find his mate. And when he finds his mate, his heart will actually beat. And I know you're like, well, wait a minute. How come he don't have a heartbeat? Because he's a god. Okay. He is a handsome, powerful god, and he don't need his heart to beat. That's why. But he meets his mate, and his mate will make his heart beat, which, come on, y'all. If that does not make you just go, oh, then I don't know what will. I really don't. This story was, so He saves her. He takes her back to the mansion. His grandmother is like, you know, and he's like, whatever, I don't believe in this stuff. And so he's trying to get to know her, you know, trying to make sure that she's well, because when you're touched by the dead, you start to die. That part. So he doesn't tell her that. He's trying to find the cure. He's trying to figure it out. In the meantime, his best friend Sifa, who is like his bodyguard and who's also kind of like a demigod because he has to protect him, has to protect Mateo at all times, and he also has powers, is in love with their other friend Naomi, who's kind of like the house assistant, you know, who makes everything run, but they've been best friends forever. So Sifa and Naomi has something going on, and it's a whole underlying super sexy story with them. Child. But anyway, Sifa is like, okay, well, are you gonna tell her? What are we gonna do? Because she needs to know what's up. And he's like, you know, I'll figure this out. I'm trying to figure it out. And you know, he's like, dude, I can hear your thoughts, and stop it, please. Because Mateo and Sifa have a link. So Mateo's trying not to fall for her because Tia is not giving him no type of, like, she will not chill. She's like 1,001 questions. You know, she wants to go, she wants to see, she wants to know everything. And, you know, he's not used to anyone talking back to him. You know, he's not used to this, you know, brassy, independent woman. You know, no, he's the God. He's the Lord of the underworld. You do what he say. You tremble at his feet. And here she is like, and I'm an archaeologist. What? I'm like, okay, I'm here for it. So you have this, you know, this build-up where they are both attracted to each other, you know, but she's not dumb. She knows something is happening with her, and she knows there's something to him other than him being the king. She considers him the king. She does not know that he's actually the Lord of the underworld. Girl, this book has so many elements. There's so much drama in the book. There's so many ancillary characters in it that really just make you go, you the Lord, strike him down. So like her crew is secluded from the island. Like they can't get to where she was. Only she was able to break the barrier. So they have to bring her crew over. And so there's that dynamic, right? And of course, she's falling for Mateo. He's falling for her. They're trying to figure out, you know, what's happening here. And then she's like fascinated with the Polynesian culture and with the things that he's showing her. But she's dying. And so then the sightseer, the sightseer basically sets everything in motion by telling him that she's his mate, that she's the fate, the prophecy, the destiny, whatever. And so he falls for her, and she's like, oh, so he has a heart now. When I tell you all hell breaks loose, all hell breaks loose in this story. I want to tell you, but then I don't want to give it away because I want you to read this book because it is so freaking excellent. It is so well written. Every single person that is mentioned in this book has a part with the bigger story. The bigger story is him ultimately trying to save Tia's life because, again, she was touched by the dead. And when you're touched by the dead, you start to die. And so when he finally tells her that, she's like, wait, there's some shit. Well, if I'm gonna die, I need to get my stuff together. I need to get my, you know, my will together. I need to get all my stuff in order. You know, I need to tell my crew. You know, she goes into full blown like, okay, let me take care of business mode. And I'm like, girl, if he just told me that I was gonna die, I'm like, I ain't thinking about no will. I'm thinking about, no, I need you to save me. You a God. You need to go to your God people. Be like, hey, that's my mate. Save me. So there's like all that. And then don't forget, you have the underlying story with Sifa and Naomi, which is, y'all. Yeah, their story in connection with this one was just, man, okay. There's a skirmish. The super badass that they banished to the underworld, Paley, is resurrected, and she's here to wreak havoc on everything and everybody, because hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. And I guess when you're also a demigod and a woman, you really should not piss her off. But Mateo's father pissed her off and banished her. And so she's like, oh, well, you got to pay for it. So you have this element that comes into it, and you have this skirmish and all these things happen. And yes, the story ends with a happy ending. But you have to, the book had me so caught up in the stories and what was happening between Mateo and Tia, what was happening with Naomi and Sifa, what was happening in the battles, with Mateo having to defend his country, having to defend his island, his land, his lineage, having to defend that and fight not one, but two different sources. You have these battles, you have all this, you have, Tia, who is mortal, who has figured out what needs to happen, and she makes a decision, and Mateo is like, what? No. Oh my God, y'all, this book is everything. Paranormal, romance, drama, suspense. It has it all. Kate Alex did the damn thing with this book. It was absolutely amazing. The ending made my eyes get a little misty. I didn't cry. I didn't cry, but I did get a couple of tears. My eyes were a little misty, and I was just kind of like, why you do this to me? Why you do this to Mateo? Why you do this to Sifa? Why you do this to me? The book is excellent. It is an excellent story. Again, Polynesian culture, female architect who's badass in her own right, the Polynesian God, his badass demigod bodyguard, just the vibrancy of the story, the vibrancy of the Polynesian culture, just how everything weave together to make a perfect story is why you should read this book. You should read it. Kate Alex Walker, I salute you because you did that. So that is my review of The Gatekeeper by Kate Alex Walker. If you can't tell that I'm excited and love this book, let me just tell you that I love this book and could not wait. I cannot wait. I don't know what the next one is in the series, but I am here for it and I'm anxiously awaiting it. So the link to the book is listed below. Check it out. If you read it, let me know. Drop a message in the comments. If you read it, drop a message in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. I'm anxious to hear what you thought of it too. So if you love it, let me know. If you like it, let me know. If you don't like it, let me know. Either way, I'm still here for it. So if you want to join me in the shenanigans, I am in the chat room over on Facebook. It's the Read This Book chat room. That's where me and all my peeps are with the book shenanigans cutting up. The website is also up at www.readthisbook.net. You can see what's on the TBR list, and you can see if we have our first book slate for 2020. So that's it. Until next time, read a good book.